Okay, we're going to continue wiring on this episode, and we're also going to dive into the battery box and where I ended up putting it. I actually had space under the hood, so I didn't have to route it all the way into the trunk, which is nice. So we'll show you that one, and stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Caleb, and welcome to Finleycraft. In this corner of my channel, we're going to dive into the automotive world. I've owned and worked on many different types of vehicles over the years. So join me as we build, repair, and have some adventures on the road and in nature. I hope to earn your subscription, and please like and leave a comment.
The distributor that comes with this is from Blueprint. It's essentially just like one of the MSD ones, and the part number is inside the catalog the documentation that they send along. But it's an HEI style. It's a 4-wire, so coming out of the back of here, it goes into a Delphi plug, and then because of where the coil is positioned so close, I'm actually needing to shorten up that Delphi plug. So that's what I'm working on right now, is going from this 2-foot long cable down to about 6 inches. I plan to integrate it as a part of the loom that I'm going to wrap. That'll run just inside of the header, or not the header, the intake manifold there, with the other 2 sensor wires. So. Okay, the body is back on. Now it is time to start figuring out the wiring, get the interior all dynamatted, or rather generic dynamatted, the heat and audio shield, figure out where the battery is going to go. I think it's going to go right there. It's been kind of what I've been thinking of. So we've got to see if it'll fit. The other option was potentially right here, but there's not quite enough room for it. But anyway, now that I've got it in, I can go ahead and get the radiator figured out. There was a couple things. Actually, no, I can't get the radiator figured out yet. I gotta wait until I get the hood on there. But I can get the heater in. Yeah, this is great. Okay, because I don't have side pipes and I'm going under car exhaust, I can fit the battery, I just tested it, I can fit it in and out of the location where the side pipes normally go. So, let's put that together. Battery tray. So because I don't have side pipes, I don't have headers filling the space right behind the louvers. So I was able to fit the battery in there. And for those that are curious, the battery that I was able to fit was a 34 EXTJ, so group 34 battery. And I did already test being able to pull it in and out. It is a little challenging, but I can get it up in here and kind of just pull it right out. It does actually fit. So what I did was that battery tray that you saw me assemble earlier, I mounted to the front of the footwell, but then I also have some braces that go in between the footwell and the fender well, out of pretty decent steel here. And then I've got my connectors here, and you can see I've got quick releases on those. And then I've got the main wiring loom that goes up over here to a 200 amp fuse here, and that way there's kind of an initial before it gets to the main fuse block. And then in the lower section of this, I've got my main ground that goes to the fuse block, as well as my starter cable, which routes up here and then down to the starter. And I think that's a gauge 4 cable that I've got running from the starter to the battery. And then I've got the alternator. This is a single wire alternator, and it wires directly into the battery over here. And then I've got, and I will probably upgrade this because I don't think it's quite heavy duty enough. And then I've got the ground here, and this is the chassis, or sorry, the ground that goes to the fuse block. And then this is actually a ground for some of my LEDs, and then my main ground, which goes to the block. And then from the block, I have a strap that goes to the frame. And I've checked in multiple places around the frame, and that is, we've got really good ground there. So let me show you what that battery tray looks like. So this is the passenger wheel well, and you can see there's 8 rather large bolts here. So the steel or chrome looking ones, if you will, are the ones holding the tray, and then those lower hardened steel ones down below are actually holding some steel supports that run in between the fender fender well, or wheel well, and the footbox here. And it's actually quite sturdy. I'll show you how that looks from underneath here in a second. Okay, let's see. There is, I don't know if you can see that very well, but there is how that is installed. So there's a strap that runs all the way across. We've got 2 of them. And then the battery tray that I bought, that I showed you assembled earlier, sits right on top of that with some rubber tape in between there for any potential vibration.